This week I would like to talk a little bit about stewardship. And stewardship is receiving with gratitude all the gifts and blessings that God has given to us, bearing fruit with them, and then making a return to the Lord. And so if we think of what has Jesus given to us, or what has God given to us, in a few days we'll be celebrating Thanksgiving, in which we give thanks to the Lord for his blessings. And it really is something that we can do all year long, to thank the Lord. First of all, the Lord has given us the gift of time. He's given us 168 hours every week. And he's asking only for one in return, to come to Mass on Sunday. If I were to give someone 35 packs of gum, each pack has 5 pieces of gum in it, say, here, you can have all these. Now, could you give me one piece of gum in return? What would we think if someone said, no, they're all mine, you can't even have one back? We would think they would be ungrateful. But the Lord has given us 168 hours of time in a week. He's asking for one in return. Scott Hahn tells the story of giving a return to the Lord of his time, realizing the commandment is keeping the Lord's day holy. And he said at the time, for me, working, I was a student in college, he said, and so for me, the work that I was doing was homework. And so he said, I felt the Lord was calling me not to do homework on Sundays, to keep it as a day of rest. And he thought, I don't know how I'm going to pass my classes or even get good grades, because I almost need that day to get caught up on my homework. But because it seems like this is what God is asking of me, I will make that sacrifice whatever happens. And so he tried to do all his work during the 6 days of the week, his homework, and keep Sundays set aside for rest and prayer. And he said the amazing thing at the end of that semester, for the first time in his life, he had straight A's on his report card. And so that shows us how God provides. If we give to him, we cannot outdo the Lord in generosity. He blesses us in return. The second thing is the gift of our talents, the special gifts that the Lord has given to us, not just for ourselves, but for the good of others, to be able to help others, to bring joy into their lives. St. Faustina said, I want everyone who comes into contact with me to have more joy after they have met me than they did before. And so we might say, well, there's not a lot of talents that I have, but there maybe are little things that we can do to help others, such as a smile or a kindness or helping people to grow in their joy. And then finally, the treasure, the gift of money and property that the Lord has given. Everything is a gift from God. It is all a gift. And we are called to make a return to the Lord, the goal of 10%. Not just because there is a need in the parish or for charity, like the boiler needs to be repaired or the roof, but because it's an act of faith to say, I'm trusting in God for what I need and not in my money. Jesus says, seek first the kingdom of God, and all else will be given besides. It's an act of faith to give to the church, to say, I might fall short if I don't have all of this for myself, but it's really God who provides. I trust in God. Lord, help me to trust in you. In the parable that Jesus tells, he gives each one a talent, which is equivalent to about 20 years' wages. And so it's almost $1 million that they have been given, a very precious gift. And so what is that the Lord has given to us that is that precious and valuable? I think it is the gift of faith itself. We're called to share and trade in our gift of faith, our membership in the Church of Jesus Christ, and to share the beauty and the joy of the teachings of the faith with others, and not to keep it to ourselves or to bury it in the ground, so that others can receive this gift as well.